Okay, so we can get started, is what you're saying. What up, everybody? You Control You podcast. You know how we start every episode off with what we're grateful for. I'm grateful for family, God, life, time, small window of no fights, to spend more time with family. Um, Extremely grateful to friends and everybody in my life. So, yeah. What are you grateful for? How is everybody else doing out there? Today's episode, what defines man? What defines man? Man or manhood? What did I say? Manhood. What defines manhood? And this is something that I believe gets talked about a lot. Some people talk about how many women you get makes you a man. How much money you make makes you a man. Um, what you're doing and how you're moving in your life makes you a man. Does 18 make you a man because now you can sign up for the military? Does 21 make you a man because now you could drink? 16 because you could drive. So lots of people have a lot of different ideas and a lot of different claims. So for me, what defines manhood to me? And this one has been really clear to me, at least the top two for me. Responsibility, being responsible of others, being responsible for more than just yourself. Once you learn that, I believe that that transitions you into manhood. And really, once this one's interesting for me to talk about. Once you remove light from your life, it sounds so sad, but it I believe in order to master yourself and become a better version of you, you have to stop being blind. What's the word I'm looking for here? Um Naive. Stop being naive about life and realize what's going on. So, though those are the first two things that come to mind. Some quotes that I've been working on that I'll be releasing in a little bit. Self mastery isn't about power over others. It's about being untouchable because you've already claimed dominion over the only thing that matters, yourself. I also believe mastering self mastery, having control over your emotions, having control over what you're doing in your life, not allowing any of your darker sides take control of you. So, yeah. Now we have someone in the building today, and she mentioned leadership. And I believe leadership does fall in there. And I believe in order to be a leader, you have to master self and take responsibility of others. However, I don't know if just being a leader qualifies as just as I think it's a good thing to have as far as being a man. But there's lots of leaders out there that I wouldn't necessarily call a man. So leader of teams, leader in schools, leaders all across the workplace and workforce. I wouldn't necessarily call them men. And maybe that's the difference between them being a true leader and a boss. And there is a difference there. A boss will tell you what to do, a leader will gladly show you how to do it and guide you through that. And maybe that's the differences as well. So when when I think about what truly defines a man, like I said, it's taking responsibility of others. It's not just being solely responsible for yourself. And I think that's the big catalyst into being a man. Sometimes it takes getting married, sometimes it takes having kids, sometimes you're forced to it when you're a child, and now you're living life a little more like a man than a child, and we see a lot of people go through that. Once you start taking realizing you're responsible for just more than just you, you're now taking on the burdens of being a man. And the funny thing is, I don't know if there's not really an age that that can happen. We all probably know people who are grown men who are in their 40s or 50s who don't know how to handle responsibility of others and don't know how to lead properly. And so you run into some major problems there. Now, another quote I have is a boy wants to be seen. A man wants to see others thrive. Being a man isn't about power, it's about responsibility. Your strength means nothing if it isn't used to protect what's fragile. You don't become a man when you can fight. You become a man when you know what's worth fighting for. That that one is that one goes back to having responsibility of others and realizing that this world isn't about you. Realizing that every move you make has to be the betterment of others. And I f- I truly believe that that right there is where a lot of young boys and our youth is truly not learning. One, because of lack of men being around and mentoring them or helping them or just being a father, but also it's really shunned. When I think about the ways that I have to move in order to take care of my family, it requires me to work a lot. It requires me to do a lot of the things that may not be conducive to family all the time. And that people talk about this balance that you must have, but sometimes that balance isn't 50-50. A lot of times it's not 50-50. If you're building a business, that's going to require a lot of work. If you are a truck driver, it's going to require a lot of work. If you're working on an oil rig, it's going to require some crazy hours. Like a man's job is to be responsible of others and take care of others. And a lot of times that's financially, right? And so if your wife wants you at home for this, but you know you have to work and that's a problem, you have to be willing to take that on the chin. You have to be willing to have your family not like you sometimes. To you can't be their best friends. You can't be their everything, right? You think about your kids when you have kids, you can't be their best friends. You could be close to them, but a best friend can't hand out punishment, right? You can't ground them. You can't remove things from their life. So it keeps you from being a best friend. And you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with your kids not liking you sometimes. You got to be okay with your significant other not liking you. So that sucks too. Let's see. We got people chiming in. Respect others. values others as equals, doesn't need to prove strength by dominating others. What do you mean by values others as equals? That I'm curious about. That should be interesting. We're going to spark a debate already. I see it. I see it. I feel it in my bones. As far as doesn't need to prove strength by dominating others. Yeah, I don't need I truly agree with that. I think dominating others isn't needed. Maybe two areas. One, if someone attacks, full domination. And two, well, sometimes behind closed doors, it could be fun. So, um, that one, but it's dependent, right? It's and that's consensual, right? We won't go into that realm right now. Yeah, we're not gonna go down that lane. We're gonna avoid that lane as much as possible. So, as one of the things that I've already mentioned as I go to certain things here is that it's controlling your darker sides, your what's the word I'm looking for here, Corey? Your darker controlling your addictions, shadow side. It's controlling all of that. Let's work with shadow side. Let's work with shadow side and darker side because that seems to be a thing that's talked about now. Healing yourself and getting over trauma. As a man, I believe you have to take control of your emotions. You cannot let that side of you come out and just be reckless all the time. You're gonna slip up, you're gonna make mistakes, but you have to learn how to be stoic. You have to learn how to breathe, deal with this, and be able to walk away and not engage in needless conversations and arguments. It when you really think about it, it's pointless to have a full-blown argument with your significant other. We'll say wife, right? Why should I engage in an argument with my wife? What good is that going to do me, right? No matter what, I'm going to be in the wrong, right? Because if I continue to argue with someone that their emotions are going chaotic, I can't get anywhere. You're better off just staying calm and diffusing it as much as possible. And that takes a lot of work because if you're dealing with things, you gotta be able to stay calm during that. I think what I was more or less looking for is if you had a long day at work and you need to take a drink or you need to do something. And so whatever you use to shut it off, you can't allow that to control you. You must have control of self at all times. And this is something. And so where I feel the need to not do certain things, right? So I don't drink very often, but if I feel myself having a shot of whiskey or something or a glass of whiskey a couple times, couple days in a row, I'll shut it down. It's like, nope, nope, can't let this become a habit. If if I drink energy drinks too often, like I just shut energy drinks down basically starting today for the next 90 days. Just because it was some I was starting to feel like I was maybe drinking them too often, having them every day and I don't want to become reliant on that. And so cutting that out. Um it seems weird for me to talk about, but when I went celibate for a while when I was going through a breakup and a separation and all this stuff, I was like, we're not gonna hand it out no more. We're not gonna just give it to anybody. We're gonna keep it keep that energy within. So just to prove that I could to myself. I don't need to prove it to anyone else. It's always proving it to me, like making sure that I have control over my faculties. Um, what define wait a minute. Inner demons. What inner demon? Wait, what? Wait, can we is there something before that, Corey? And I got you. I got you. Okay. And then what's after that? Have and take accountability. Yeah, of course. A man should that's being responsible for others is first taking accountability and responsibility of self. And so I think you can't take responsibility of others until you take responsibility of self. So for sure. I am curious though, what is treating people like equals? What is that? I want to know what that means because I cannot treat a woman as an equal. I cannot treat her the same as I treat a man. That would be all bad. All bad. That you are not better than her. Oh, yeah, but, yeah, that's an interesting topic too that I hear. What do they call them? Red pills? Is that what they call them? The red pill conversation? Where they're talking about who's the prize, the man or the woman? And it's always interesting hearing men and women debate that. And so who's really the prize? And I truly believe I'm not better than anyone else. Nobody's better than me. I work really hard to live my life like that only because my ego will come out and do craziness. TikTok is not happy, huh? Cool. TikTok just wants to be a pain in the butt. Um, so when 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 I think about the age I probably consider myself a man, mm, truly full-fledged father, or like manhood is probably when I became a father. So when I turned 20, yeah, like right before 24. So 23, 24. Now I showed characteristics of being a man before that. So from an early age, just dealing with different things in my life, dealing with different responsibilities, having to handle certain things at an early age. But full-fledged being a man, I would say 23, 24. So, and then learning as I go, making tons of mistakes and considering and continuing to go forward. And that's why I say like they're not going to be everybody's not going to be on your side on this. So, yeah, peel that. What are we man, TikTok is bugging. No, peel that. Man, they're bugging. Bugging. That's craziness. That you are no better. Yeah, I don't think what oh, appeal approved? Appeal it again. Stop being a hater. What am I talking about? What do you not like the fact, man, this is TikTok is going crazy now. What am I supposed to talk about? Yeah, woman, man, I can't talk about something I don't know nothing about. I can't talk about what it's like being a woman. That's a whole different walk of life. I don't even know what it would be like to walk around. Like, I know as a man, I have to be prepared to fight at any moment in time with another man. I have the capabilities of doing that. I don't know what it's like to not have the capabilities of doing that. And nah, I don't know what that's like. I don't want to live in that fear. That's crazy to me. They just don't like this conversation, huh? That upsets me more than anything else. Yeah, they're being a hater. That's okay. Well, yeah, they're not man. Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm not preaching for men to do wild things. I'm preaching for them to take responsibility of themselves. Have self-control, self-mastery. Be responsible of others. Take care of what you need to take care of. Make sure that you are living a oh my goodness, living a good life.
Just said in here, some comments in this live filtered to protect the experience. So it doesn't pop up on here, but now that I'm looking at it on my phone, that's what it says in here.
Well, you just started something. See, you did something. You commented wrong. Didn't like your comments. Doesn't like your comments unless someone else is bugging. But they let the throat thing go when I had my family in here.
Yeah, somehow that did break through.
Man, because TikTok is bugging. It's okay. Whatever. Oh, maybe, but that's still ugh, ugh. I've talked about way worse on here. Way worse. Way worse. But that's okay. We're gonna keep it going. For me, those are the things that when I really think about what defines manhood, it's like I said, self-mastery, taking responsibility of yourself, being responsible for others, and you could sum that up as a leader for sure. I believe leader is another trait though. Leader is a separate trait where being a leader, you're not man. Being a man, you got to recognize you're not going to be liked as a man. You can't people please as a man. People are just not going to like you. I guarantee well there's three men in the studio right now. And I guarantee that the other two will say their family or their significant others are not always happy with them. I could be wrong. Yep. There we go. And what about the youngest one out there? Is your significant other always happy with you? Yeah, see. How much of is it tied to work? Or what you guys would consider just being a man? Just being a dude. Just being a guy. Yeah, work. Always work, man. Always work. Always work. It's always work. Not always, but a lot of times it's work. And so, and it's weird because as we get older, we realize that we should spend time with family more often. It's not till we're older where we have the means to do that, right? And so you learn how to, at least for me, I've learned how to make 10 minutes into a hardcore dedicated 10 minutes. If it's 30 minutes, I dedicate that hardcore 30 minutes. And then I cut corners sometimes, meaning like yesterday, of course I'm at work and I'm holding pads, I'm doing things. But then when it comes to sparring time and I'm done holding pads, I don't have a fight. I could sit there and coach, but why not just let them figure it out? So I dipped and then I beat my son in Stratego. So and took him to get some football stuff. So that was working. What do we say here? What can women do to help shift that energy? What do you mean shift that energy? Work energy? Nothing. Um, No, work isn't. So what it really comes down to, and this is what I've learned, and I may not speak for all women on this one, but one thing I've learned studying this is that women just want to feel like they're wanted, they're loved, they're tended to. And while we're at work, we're not doing that, right? And so, and then if we come home and we don't shut it off, we definitely can't do that. Now that took me a while. That took me one marriage to figure it out. So I had to go through a marriage, have a marriage fall apart to actually figure that part out. And I'm not perfect at it. So it's learning to shut it off, prioritized. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They need to feel like a priority. That's weird. That's, I get it. It's not okay. Let me say this. It's not weird. It's just, this is what blows my mind. We're not working for ourselves, because if we were by ourselves, we probably don't have to work so much. I could be wrong on this. If we were by ourselves and didn't have the things that we have to pay for, clothes, food for kids, wife, and all that, I mean, I might still work this much, but that's because I'm building something. But I would have more time to do stuff that maybe I want to do. Am I wrong on this, Corey? Are you with me on this?
Give me the premise of your
So
argument.
if you were single, right?
Yeah.
No kids,
Okay.
would you still, you probably still work as much, right?
Yeah, I'm still working. I'd probably even be more driven.
There you go.
If my time wouldn't been being divided.
Yeah. So we do make our family a priority. It's just not as much as a priority as maybe wanted. And that's something you've seen shift um in society, because if you look at the look look at like what, the 40s, 50s, 60s, didn't men work like 8 to 12 hours? Came home, things were different, right? They were gone. There was no way to contact them via cell phone. Matter of fact, the comedians, I've heard comedians make jokes about it. Like back in the day, a father wouldn't even know what happened in his own house until he got home from work. Somebody could have went to the hospital, came back, had stitches in their head, and nobody knew because you weren't calling dad at work, right? So because he wasn't leaving work. So it's interesting how things have shifted. Eh,
I think a contributor to that is that back in the day there was more defined roles.
Very, yeah,
And
yeah,
then, but now, even with folks that we've interviewed, you'll have professional women that are coming home and looking to, have that special quality time. And then if we're also not in that space, like I think that continues to add up. And so I think in the old days it was more expectations, super defined. Now you have a lot of different moving pieces. And I think families are trying to figure out how
kind of move.
how to best move forward now. There's so many moving pieces.
Yeah,
And then how do you carve out the time that each person needs, what they need from each other? How do you continuously make space? Because it may not just be the man that's scatterbrained coming home. It could be the wife that's
yeah,
scatterbrained coming home because now there's pressures there, there's deliveries there that have to be made. There's, I got to fly out, I got to do this, and so now that dedicated time, even though maybe it was maybe a little bit less, it's just not dedicated time anymore.
yeah. And if you don't make your woman feel prioritized, you're probably not getting booty because she needs that emotional connection so you can get your physical connection, which then ties into an emotional connection. It's crazy how these things work.
But if none of those connections are happening, then this
Then you just have a
connection just disintegrates
yeah.
over time.
Man, see, so much to think about as a man.
I don't know where you
So much to think about.
things on both sides. There's a lot to
Let
think
me
about.
let me go conquer the world. Yeah, but see, here's the difference that I do agree with the red pill stuff. A man doesn't care so much. He doesn't pick his woman based on career or driven. On an average, he doesn't. And it's still you could still see that because society hasn't changed enough where a queen can make a king, but a king can make a queen. You could disagree, but based on the countries that have monarchy, a queen can't make a king. Can make what's it called? A prince consort or a king consort, but he has no power. He has none. No power. None. But a king can marry whoever and she automatically becomes the queen. Automatically. And that's still true today in the countries that still have monarchy. And society hasn't shifted too much because how many billionaire, millionaire women are picking up dudes? It happens, but it doesn't happen often. Are picking up dudes and just taking them around on trips that don't have a job, that don't have anything. But men are still willing to do that with women because men don't care. Like if if a man is successful, he doesn't care. He really doesn't care. He doesn't care if she's working. He doesn't care if she's doing this. If she has a job, great. If she went to school, great. Those aren't typical things that you hear men talk about. I know if I'm single right now and I meet a woman, I don't care what she does as far as work.
What do you care about?
Um yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what do I care about as far as being in a relationship with a woman?
Nowadays.
Nowadays, I mean, it's always been this way probably. Her being respectful, her wanting a family, wanting to care about her family, her willing to I think respect just summed it up for me because when everything else I'm about to name goes into respect. So
So things like
she shouldn't.
ambition,
I don't.
ambition.
I don't care if she's ambitious in the way that I'm ambitious. Actually, I would prefer her not to be because then we're just trying to conquer the world separately. And well, that goes into respect though, that I would say. If she supports me and respects me, that goes into respect to me. Respect my vision, respect my dream, recognize that now these are the relationships I'm choosing. So when I say this, I'm the Michael Jordan, I'm the Kobe Bryant. I'm where I go, we're going. So
So if another Kobe Bryant came along,
I probably
okay,
wouldn't.
or if a Caitlin Clark came along that says, I'm going to take this space by storm, and I got all these
Mm,
ideas of how I want to move and the things that I can do, and I got the ambition, I
then
got the talent, I got the
yeah.
know-how to be able to make that work. Is that all of a sudden end of the day?
So I do this with my wife now. She hit me, she was like, I think I want to start making candles and create a business. And I instantly flooded her with this how we can run the business, this how we could do this how we could do this, and this and this. And I was ready to play the tambourine. And every time she comes with an idea and I'm ready to play the tambourine, she's not so she doesn't really want to play, she doesn't want to take the lead on that. She just wants to do it for fun. And so I don't know what that would be like fully to be in a relationship with someone that's as driven and militant as me. I don't know if when I look at it though, I don't see how it would work because how do we have a family? How do we because someone's got to play the tambourine, right? Someone has to step back. And how are we going to balance that? Who's going to raise the kids now? Who's going to be around the kids more often? And that for me, I don't see how that would work. It doesn't mean that it couldn't. I just don't see it. And I wouldn't know how to handle my response. Like I would continue to handle my responsibility as a man. I would work hard. I would do all this, but at some point one of us is going to have to step back. And who's going to step back? Who's going to do that, right? And so who's going to handle the responsibility with the kids more often? And from what I've seen and what I've learned, there's a reason why there's not more stay-at-home men. It's not that men don't want to do that. It's not that men don't have the capabilities of doing that. It's just there is if a man is at home all day and a woman is working, she's now she's now in what do they call that? Her masculine energy to go do those things, right? There are some things that make us different. Men are really good at compartmentalizing. We can shut things off and still go function in the bedroom, right? We can still go do those things and handle what we need to handle. And that's a gift that we were given. We're able to we deal with stresses a little bit better. And it might just be because we can bury our emotions down deep and not deal with it right then. And so you still don't see a lot of women being attracted to men that are willing to stay at home. So if you look at that evidence, right, and filter and just look at that, how's it going to work? Who's raising the kids now? The school systems are getting better. The world isn't getting better to just send your kids off. Now, I might be really sounding real old school here, but I'm good with my kids being homeschooled. If I have more kids, I'm good with them being at home and being homeschooled, right? And I'm willing to make whatever sacrifices needed to make that happen. If that means I work 80 hours in a week, 100 hours in the week, then so be it, right? So that's
I only bring that up because I think that feeds into the argument of another guest that we had who said that the men I'm looking for aren't here. And part of that I do think was based upon, access and race, because she was looking for a particular man.
yeah, she's looking for black men.
But at the same time, she's a career woman. And she even stated herself, like, when I come home, I don't want to have to worry about X, Y, and Z and have to make these decisions and things of that sort. Like, I want somebody that's when I come home, like I can put my feet up,
Leader.
a stressful day, and that things can be taken care of.
Yeah, she wants a leader at home. And so that's a very special woman right there that wants that. Now, she also said she doesn't want him he has to be ambitious though.
Yes, yes.
So here's a and I believe and I could be wrong. I don't know. I didn't ask her if she was planning on having more kids. It's different if she doesn't have kids, right? Or if she isn't planning on having more kids, right? So if I'm with if I'm with a woman, like if my wife told me she doesn't want to have kids now, one, we're gonna have an issue because, well, I had a second surgery to make that happen. So if we're not trying, I'm gonna be very frustrated. But beyond that, if we didn't have kids, right? And she all of a sudden wanted to do something, she got really ambitious, and my business is situated. If that requires me to cook more or clean more, do those things more, then so be it. I can handle that, right? But that's because we don't have kids. Now, I married a woman that loves the fact that I'm ambitious and she's learned to schedule out dates, right? Like, okay, you got to be here. We got to do this day. We got to do this. And she's told me, like, even the holidays, there's only one holiday out of the year that I'm required to take off of work. And if she didn't clear that, and if we didn't talk about that beforehand, I wouldn't have taken it off work. So it's it's a weird concept, but there's that guest, like there's not a lot of women like that though, on an average, right? That want that. What are your thoughts on the concept in the United States? Us is a civic religion. Wait, what? Principles and the practical application thereof. I mean, that's a whole different topic of a conversation. We're not diving into that one. Uh, a ski schools, yeah, like it's not even just the school, the violence that's in schools. Like that's my school was really violent. It's just the education system overall, right? I can if I have the ability to have my kids at home and homeschool, they're going to end up smarter, book smarter anyway. And as long as I put them in activities, they'll be able to function just fine sociably. So it is I'm Melissa, I'm really interested on your take on things because it seemed like that was gonna bug you that I said a woman can't make a king, but a king can make a queen. Oh, yeah, I agree. So Melissa said she believes a woman can build a man to depths that he couldn't believe or he couldn't achieve without her. You know why that is? It's one word: nurturing. A woman's entire nature is nurturing. You're the nurturers. We're not. We can learn to nurture, right? We can definitely do that. We can learn to nurture, we can learn to support, we can learn empathy. This isn't something we're just naturally given. Like you get a group of guys together, well, at least my generation. I don't know about nah, I listen to my son and they're harsh with each other. We are mean. Maybe Corey, I have to imagine you and your boys get together. There's got to be a lot of y'all not always kind to each other.
No.
Like we're mean to Tyler, and he's just sitting in the room. I blamed him for something. Like it wasn't even his fault. It's just what we do. We're just mean to each other. We're mean to each other, and like it's what's it called? Jesting. We just talk a lot of crap to each other, and it's what keeps us honest. It keeps us from having an ego with each other because we're always talking crap to each other. You add a woman to that dynamic and she starts talking crap, it changes the dynamic of it. Yeah, it hurts way more when a woman talks crap. It's like, yo, why you getting so personal? Like, why you hurting my feelings? And we can't. And the thing is, we can't joke around with women the same way either because it'll hurt their feelings as well. And so we want to be nurtured from our women and nurtured. We want to be built up for sure. We want we want to be told that we're dope, that we're the man, that we're killing it, that you're proud of us and all this stuff. And the same is like us saying We appreciate you. We love you. We you look gorgeous today. You look sexy today. You're oh my goodness, I couldn't do this without you. It's like you're building each other up differently. And so, yeah, it's super important. Super, super important. So, but a lot, yeah, a lot of times it's a presentation with women because women, you got to realize us men, we're sensitive creatures. We're only sensitive with women too. We're not really like some men, what do we call those men female dogs that take it what up that take it too serious with other dudes. It's like, man, why you being up right now? So, but when it comes to women, we're super sensitive, especially our significant others, especially our wives. It's like if a woman comes to us and just starts trying to think of an example. So if Melissa, if you came to me and said, "We've lost 5 students this month. What's going on? What what are you doing? What?" It's like, "Wait a minute. What are you talking like what?" There's a better way to approach that. It's like, "Hey, I'm recognizing that some students canceled their membership. Um, yeah, yep. How can I better support you?" Or say, "Hey, I'm getting a little feeling worried because we've lost some students and I'm worried about money, I'm worried about this cuz instantly I want to like solve that problem. It's like all we want to do is be a knight in shining armor. Like as much as society wants to change things, there's there's things embedded in us. Someone said no, man. I'm curious why you saying no. Um there's just things embedded in us that we can never get rid of. The amount of evolution that would need to happen, we're never going to see in our lifetime. So a man wants to be a knight in shining armor. He wants to hold his woman down. He wants to know that he's doing a good job. He wants to protect her in every way. He wants to be responsible for handling and solving these issues. Um oh man, I really wish I could remember her name right now. She's an older woman. She's written a few books and she talks about how men are just like dogs. Women say men are like dogs and they are. They want to greet you at the door. They want to they want to nestle with you. They want to cuddle with you. They want to protect you. They want to be there and help you. They want to love you. Men are just like dogs and they'll forgive and keep coming around and take whatever you have and keep coming back. And so to me what really defines manhood, I'll bring it all the way back. Being responsible of others, mastering yourself, being a leader, and showing self-control, which I think goes into self-mastery. So I'm curious, you know what? I'm not curious. I've just realized that the older I get, the more I understand why things were the way they were. Now, I'm not talking about women not voting and I'm not talking about all that, but I'm saying why there were defined roles because things just function better when you understand the defined roles and understand Men and women are just different creatures. They look at life so different. The way they communicate is different. And we live in a society, to me anyway, that seems like everything is catered one way. And I don't think the world functions really well that way. I think when you learn how to live within both, the world functions much better. Where a man can be a man and a woman can be a woman. What's wrong with that? Thoughts on that? Anyone in the studio? A man being a man? Yeah. Queen Robin, thank you. I'm listening still. When I said, "Oh yeah, define." When I say define the roles, I don't mean like house chores and things like that. Like I like doing dishes. I do laundry at least 50% of the time. Like I vacuum. I'm not talking about house chores, right? What I'm talking about is define roles as far as the man needs to be the straight line. Period. We've just functioned better as the straight line. We know how to compartmentalize. We know we can deal with stresses a little bit better. We stay if we're truly on top of our stuff, we are in control of our own emotions, right? Where a woman is going to be chaotic and there's beauty in the chaos, right? And I'm not just talking about chaos like as far as she's emotionally unstable. I'm talking about like she's emotionally unstable, but in the best way possible. Like that doesn't mean she's always yelling or crying. It means she's she likes to have fun. She's gonna be spontaneous. She's gonna she's always gonna want to do something. And sometimes we need that, right? To keep us from being stale and just doing the same things. Yeah. See, I what here's the funny thing. You said so Melissa said she's in studio. She talked about how women can do that when basically they're being led. And um Queen Robin, I'm gonna get to that and chime in. What I'll say is we no longer live in the same times. So I truly believe a woman has to allow herself to be led. It's funny because no, a man should be able to lead. Well, if a man and who is what's that singer that she said it on the Breakfast Club. She played in Tyler Perry's movie. It wasn't Janet Jackson. Yeah, yeah, it was the same movie though. She's the one that got cheated on. It doesn't matter. But she said, a man can tell me what to do if a man can tell me what to do. And here's the thing. If I say, hey, you should really sit down and chill out, you're doing too much. Just take a breath, sit down for 10 minutes, and then let's figure this out. If your first instinct is, don't tell me what to do, there's an issue right there. There's an issue because there's a reason why I'm saying that, right? There's a reason why I'm suggesting this. Of course, but trust can't just be trust has to be given while it's also being earned. So herein lies the problem that men are dealing with, and women are too. Don't get it twisted. If a woman gets hurt by another man, um, she can think she dealt with that pain until she gets with a new man. It's going to show its head. And now you're asking that man to be patient and deal with that. Deal with the hurt from another man. Then if that one doesn't work, now that next man has to deal with two. You see how that's going up? That becomes an issue. And then if a man's like, hey, just sit down next to me, chill for 10 minutes, we'll be able to solve this problem. Let's just take 10 minutes, gather ourselves. And if you're bringing all that pain from all those other relationships, now you're asking the man to be patient with with something different. Now, hopefully he can recognize that you're just hurt, that some of your previous relationships are showing, and he could stay calm. The issue is that sometimes he's bringing damaged goods too. And so now you got two damaged ass people trying to tell each other what to do, and it's like, what the hell is going on? And it gets crazy out there in the streets. I'm happy I'm not living in the streets and dealing with that. So it well, yeah, you're asking a man to be stable, and it's why you have all these red pill podcasts now. We're saying men don't even deal with women like that. If a woman's already been married, she's already got kids, don't even put yourself in that situation because it's gonna be a lose-lose for you. If you hook up with her, you start being a father to those kids, the relationship doesn't work, kids are gone, right? If you are established in business and she comes in, she might be able to take half if you don't have a prenup. So it's a weird time now. It's where it's so different. And I don't know the exact cause. I know when you listen to these red pill conversations, they blame feminism. I don't know if I'll go that far. Well, it is interesting though that I read an interesting report that the CIA was behind feminism, and it's so smart that they push the narrative in order to get two people working so that they could tax more. It it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Y- w- Well, someone's rich. Someone's rich. Some yeah, someone's making money on it. So I mean it makes sense to me. Like it's someone pushed the narrative and it needed men to push it. So it makes sense. Women couldn't do it by themselves and they needed men in order to make it happen. Um a lot of it's being mature adult and a lot of people in this life aren't. Yeah, a lot of people think they're adults. They don't understand what that being an adult truly is. What could you scroll up a little bit, Corey? Because she said something earlier. Okay. I've I've really seen the role of a man since my husband has been incarcerated. Men have a lot on them. They play a big role in life and in marriage. Yeah. Yeah. Like look, it's we're the shield. We're supposed to be able to handle all this. We're supposed to be able to handle the pressures of life and be able to hold things down and bring it together. So it's but it's funny because only a man can teach another man. He either learns it on his own or he learns it from a man. Because a woman, to me, a woman can never teach a man how to be a man, just like a man can't teach a woman how to be a woman. Just can't happen. So that's why it's so important that we're in our kids' life. I talked about that a few podcasts ago. Like I have no sympathy and understanding for a man not being in their child's life. It makes no sense. Since my son has been like 4, I've told him he's the man of the house when I'm not there. But his sister or his mom's in charge, right? And so it's important. It's important to encourage that and then explain what that means. So I don't know. it'd be really easy for me to say women messed it all up, but I believe men messed it up just as much. I believe men took advantage of a beautiful life. They they messed up and didn't appreciate what they had at home. You had essentially, if you think about back in the day, a man could work, come home, and his wife raised those kids and made sure the house was clean and made sure cooked, and all you had to do is show her appreciation. All you had to do is not let the stresses overwhelm you so much that you couldn't be kind to this woman. It's not hard to be kind. I'm excluding having a stopping at a bar and having a drink. I'm excluding seeing a side piece or something. Like the moment you got home, you got to show some appreciation for that woman. You have to. That's your job as a man. Appreciate that woman. Know her value and role in your life. Yeah. And it's up to that woman to make sure that she's being a valuable asset to that man. And I said it like that on purpose because it is an asset. Stats still roll with me on this one. Melissa's not gonna like this one. She's not gonna like this one. I'm she's gonna hate this one. It's easier for a man to find a woman than it is for a woman to find a man. The same 10 to 20% of men keep being chosen because a woman wants a man who's somewhat ambitious, that is somewhat educated, that has self control in some ways. So it's the same men getting picked over and over and over again. And a woman will take a married man in a heartbeat. So, whereas, like, because, and some of it could be put on us that we just care about less. We have lower standards. Maybe that's the better way to put it. Men have lower standards when it comes to women than women do of men. Would that be fair? Is that a better way of saying it, Corey? That might be a better way. So right now, if you were single, Corey, would you need a woman in your life that was running the show? Yeah, would you is that what you're like yearning for? Is that what you would go after?
Put in those things.
Oh, well, yeah, but smarter than you in what regard? Are they book smarter than you?
Yeah.
Are they street smarter than you?
No.
Okay. Yeah. You picked the opposite. You made sure they were smarter than you in a realm where you were weakest. Yeah, that's why you picked a good partner. Yeah. That makes sense. Do you require her to work? If you had enough here's the best way to say it. If you made enough money to make sure all the bills were covered and you could still go on vacation, do you care if she worked? Find a woman that'll say that about a man and mean it. I'm all ears. I'm waiting. I'll wait forever. I want to hear a woman say it, but please comment something. Find some. I love that. I love that. How many men really, Tyler, if you made enough money to pay all the bills, enjoy a savings account, have a vacation, make sure your kids were covered, do you need a woman to work? Man, you see what I'm saying? It's so simple.
What is the work that woman wants to do equated to part of her
Well, then, yeah, but we're not requiring her. You see the difference?
yeah,
We don't
we're not
require.
required.
Yeah, where go ask a woman, hey, if you made enough money, the bills are all paid. Do you care if a man just sits at home and takes care of the house? Man, no. He better get a job. Like that's just how it is, and that's okay. The only ones that have problems typically if you say something like that is a woman. We don't care. We don't care if a woman works. We don't care if she does this. Do what you want to do that's going to bring you the most happiness. Because the one thing I've learned looking at my female friends, looking at my students, looking at my daughter, looking at my wife, my ex-wife, like all the women I've had in my life, a man can sit down and chill, right? Corey, can you just chill at home? Can you sit on the couch and chill for a second? I I said a second, B.
A second, yeah,
A
for a
second. Could
second.
you play a video game? Could you watch a Star Wars movie? Could you take 10 minutes out of your life and just be like, okay, let me just chill for a hot second. Oh, bro. You had a different. You know how many men that I know that could play a video game?
The only video games I played with the kids, so it's probably the same.
Okay, but you're playing video games, right? Yeah. You know how many women I don't know that can sit down and play a video game even with their family? They got to go do something. Something needs to get done. Laundry needs to get done. This needs to get done. This needs to get done. This needs. It's like, man, if you don't sit your head, just chill for a second. Take a breather. Kick your feet up for a second. And it's the expectations that gets built on them from childhood. Interesting. What you think, Melissa? Man, yeah. Moms, yo, moms push it on their daughters, but they make sure those boys go outside and play. I'm telling you, moms create it, man. Moms create it. Yeah, but does he feel overwhelmed, stressed about getting all this stuff done? Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. We're just built different. And that's okay. We're Men and women are built different, and it's the yin and yang of life. And I think more men would become a man if they realize that. You can't talk to your girl the way you talk to your boys. It's going to cause problems. You got to understand she's softer. You got to treat her different. And that's okay. And women got to recognize men are sensitive. Just can't talk to a man anyway because we can't respond the same way. This is the one thing that I always talk about. It's it's not that we're being a punk or any other word you want to get in there. We can't talk to you the same way. Because if a dude talked to us the way that, man, I had one of my guys call me up like a month ago and he told me what his girl said. And I was like, man, if she was a dude, he was like, that's what I said. If she was a dude, I would have went upside the head. Like you don't understand. Like, we don't take disrespect from other men. If you're our boy and we talk mess, yeah. But there's still a line, right? We won't cross. So it's just understanding that men don't real men don't wipe. Is that what he just said? I, I don't know what to say to that. I don't I have no comment. So what you think, Tyler? No, it's all good. What do you com- mm, oh yeah, communication is key. Yeah. See, this would all be fixed if we had a family nucleus. Take a woman that's got her dad around. She understands how to function around men. Have a man that grew up with his dad, he understands how to function as a man. Craziness. Craziness. In 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years, we're gonna blame this on Bonnie Blue. Sorry, just had to plug that in. That's funny to me. Oh man, wait a minute. Can I go off topic for a second? I'm gonna go off topic. So now that we have a woman in the studio, I'm very curious. Um, did do you know who Bonnie Blue is? She's the woman that set the record. She slept with 1,057 men in 24 hours. Yeah. What's your thoughts on her? That's what I'm talking about. She said, "Do what you want to do." That's what I'm talking about. She's not being a hater. I like it. I like it. I love it. I love it. She wants to sleep with 10,000 men total. Listen to that. Yes, let's get it. I dig it. No, that was I was nah, if you would have went against her, I would have been like, "But you believe in feminism. What we talking about here?" Yeah. Yeah. Look, I I agree with everything you're saying. You shouldn't judge anyone, and I work really hard not to judge people. I don't think my ego could handle being with a woman that slept with that many men. Like, I'm I couldn't do it. For me personally, I have no judgment, but if once she reaches 10,000, how many like there's a chance that we go anywhere and someone she's been with is around. There's nowhere I could really go that's maybe man, nah, I'm too sensitive for that. Too sensitive. Oh yeah, John, she could most def be happy. We're all in full support. Do you? Do you? But I couldn't be with her. I couldn't be with her. There's no way I can handle that. Oh. Right now, at this stage of my life, no. 20 to 24, 25. Oh yeah. I I'd gone nuts. I'd gone nuts for sure. Just to say I did it. Yeah, like she's framing it too as she's helping deprive men that are in marriages that aren't getting any, or she's reducing rate because she's offering it. Yeah. These are things she's talking about. Like whether it's true, I don't know, but hey, if if I had trouble controlling those needs and somebody was just there and I could get it, hey, do you? No judgment. I was just curious because we talked about this on another podcast, but I didn't have a woman in studio to ask. So yeah. What about Corey? Could you be with someone? Nah, Corey's gonna say no. Corey, I already know. It's he's gonna say no just from a moral standpoint. Beyond the morals, could your pride handle that, Corey? Being with someone that slept with that many people. And Tyler, your moral compass is even straighter than Corey's, I think. So beyond a moral compass, could you do it? No. Could you be with someone like Bonnie Blue? Yeah, could you let's set it up right now. We can set it up. Tyler's gonna set a new record for how many women he could be with. That can't be that many though. Well, didn't we have this conversation last time you were here with the water bottle? Yeah. It's way different. It's way different. Like you got a glass over there. If I just drink out of the straw, you could wipe the straw. If I stick my finger all in there, you're not gonna drink it. Yep, see? It's not the same. It's just not. It's okay. Uh so what if that man was the best lover you ever had and then you found out? Yeah. What if it was Thor? What if it was Aquaman? Yeah, she's thinking about it. See, that's what I'm saying. Because it's not the same. I, it doesn't have anything to do with how she looks. It's just strictly my pride and my ego. Like I'm honest about it. Like, first of all, with any woman now, there's a chance that you run into a former, like, that's just life. That's cool, whatever. But the fact that there might be there might be like a group of friends that like they can sit there and look at me. Oh man, I ran a train on her. Like I'm not trying to hit my ego can handle that. I'm gonna slap everybody in the building. And then like, bruh, 10,000. Like I'm gonna like. How do I even know, man? I can't even be the great. Like the chances of me being the greatest lover you ever had out of 10,000. That's tough. That's it. Hey, some of them are probably pretty good. Like that's tough. That's tough. At least 100. Man, I hear you. I hear you. But it's not love making after a while because you're with someone long enough. Sometimes it's just you're just freaking. You're just yeah, man. So you're saying there's a chance that whoever she marries could be her number one lover out of 10,000 men. Get the what? What? Okay. What it Yeah, okay, I follow you there. Man, okay. It matters some. Like why do people say size doesn't matter? If a guy just pulls out 2 inches, it matters. Okay, there we go. It's the same if he pulls out 12. Like a woman may not go for 2 or 12. Yeah. If you talk about the average, yeah, if you talking about averages, then so you're saying the average size dude, if she loves him, could end up being her greatest lover out of 10,000 men. Man, the greatest lover, not no, 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 greatest lover. Because we'll take yes, yes, it will take it there. Yes, but I I got you. I got you. But on an average, is he going to be the greatest lover every single time? Man, then what's the point of doing it? I'm trying to be Ali. I'm the greatest. Like, what you mean? There's only a few things I'm actually man, like man, that's too much pressure. I already know me. I already know me. I can't like I'm gonna look at her and be like, yeah, I'm gonna look at her and be like, so yeah, it's gonna mess me up. Like I already know. I already know. I'm gonna walk in there because yeah, it's not about her though. It's about me. I'm saying like in my mind. Yo, no, in my mind, I'm thinking like, did she run into the Michael Jordan of sex? Like, yeah. No, just on the average. No, a woman that's got like 1 to 10, a little more like I'm I'm murdering in my mind, I'm murdering them. I'm no way. I'm I'm gonna be the greatest. And I'm not like we're figuring I am gonna figure out how to be the greatest. Period. Done. Finito. Gotta be the greatest. The one where he's covering his face. He came into the wrong part of this conversation. Came into the wrong part of this one. It's fine. This dad talks like this everywhere. Man, but he shouldn't he should know that's how he was brought to this world. Come on now. Listen to the woman. The way to be the greatest is all you do outside the bedroom. I feel you. I feel you. I hear you. I also call BS because then why is it when women sleep with other men outside of their marriage, that man becomes the greatest lover? Th- that's what they say. That's what they tell their friends. That's what they tell the dude. That's what like. Yeah, yeah. She liked him, of course, because a woman she has to like a guy before she sleeps with him. So she likes something about him. Yeah, but it didn't start in the morning. That's what I'm saying. Like for a husband, it has to start in the morning. For like just the dude that the dude can come in, she can like him. He could have said the right thing at the right time, knock it out the box, and all of a sudden become the greatest lover she's ever had. Greatest lover right there. Not the greatest romantic lover, not the greatest everything, but the greatest person in the bedroom behind closed doors. He put it on her. Now, if another man did close to the same thing, but she's in love with them, yeah, he could take that spot on the throne. Yes, I hear you 100%. I've been married 17 years and only had my hub cut me off for 5. Never once did I cheat. Oh, so she's talking about a whole nother thing. She's talking about not cheating. And she said
10%.
in the bedroom, 10%. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I understand what you're saying. It makes sense. I'm just saying there's a lot of married women out here that are sleeping with other people and would claim their side piece is the best lover they've ever had. Yeah, he's listening or saying something. He's saying something.
Listening could do it. That could be enough.
Yeah, yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, you gotta do your job, man. Just listen, and ask questions. That's what I've learned. Listen and ask questions. And I mean, I don't know. I was a young dude sleeping with married women, so I was not a very good dude. So, ugh. Would that women really wouldn't take a guy that slept with over 1,000 men? Come on now. Do women even ask men how many people they've slept with? I don't think I've ever been asked that question. See? Oh yeah. You gotta ask, like, have you been tested recently? Was cracking like the dating world is so crazy now. It's so crazy. I feel sorry for y'all. It's bugging out here. Corey, you ever been asked that? How many people have you slept with? Oh, Tyler, you ever been asked that by a woman? Mm. So what's your cutoff number? Wait, have you already slept with him? What if you've already slept with him? Does it really matter what his number is? Up later. Yeah. So he's already done the do. He's already put it on you. You already like the man. Can't leave him now. Mm. Yeah, I don't like to ask women that question because I don't want to know. Um, it's come up. I didn't leave a woman for it though. Mm. I wouldn't have made a different choice. I wouldn't leave them because I've already done the do. So I've already been there, done that. So what's the point? No, not usually. Mm-mm. What I've learned though is women that have more partners tend to have more trauma. So I've learned that. So what I might do, like let's say for some reason I was single, right? I may stay away from women that have had more than 10 partners if I knew about it beforehand. Not necessarily, but that seems to be the number for women where it depending on age and everything, where therapists start to see a little more trauma. And it's not saying, and men have the number too. Like men can't sleep around forever and not have it do damage to their souls as well. And what it is like you're just bringing on too many different energies, too many different things. Like it's just too much. And it's like not good at all. Because usually, if a woman likes a man, she has to like him to sleep with him. So if she had a good time and she wanted it to continue and then the dude dipped, that's emotionally that's scarring her in some way. That's hurting her feelings in some way. And so you get up to 10 dudes that did that. Like maybe two of them she didn't want to continue, but eight of them she did, and she's been hurt by eight different dudes. That's a lot. And so you're dealing with something different. Can you sleep with someone that you don't like? That you for the first time you ever met them? I'm not saying in a relationship you don't like them that time. I'm saying you meet someone, you telling me that you don't find him funny, cute, like his personality, the way he stands, the way he smells. There's I you are you saying you could sleep with that man and not like anything about him? She's getting paid so much money. She's a multi-millionaire. That's why she's doing it. She said she's getting paid. Yes, she's doing it for the money. That's a whole different, yeah, and the publicity, which is making her more money. Whole different. Can women sleep with people to make money? Hell yeah, they've been doing it since the dawn of time. So yes, I believe that, but they can't do it for nothing. Again, I go back to how many times has a woman said, "Oh, I was going to give him some," and then he said something stupid. Yep. Men, we don't have that. Like we can still nail that woman knowing she said something stupid and think about it the next day, be like, man, I don't believe I did that. Yes. It's we're not even yeah. She's not even cute. Yeah. Like Kevin Gates has a whole song about it. I'm just thinking with my like there's so many rap songs about it. There's so many songs, period. We, men are disgusting. I said that. We are disgusting. When we at some point we stop being disgusting, I hope, but like so you can't even say that you could sleep with someone that you don't like something about them or for free. You're gonna freely sleep with a man and you don't like nothing about him. How many men have you turned down? Like, think about that. Why didn't you just give them a shot? How many men like women turn down men all the time? No, 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 no. It's the so what I was talking about is women can get any man. Don't get it twisted. Women can get laid anytime they want. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the men that women want to marry, there aren't a lot of them. There's a smaller percentage of those men. And even men losing their virginity is getting higher and higher and higher and higher. That percentage is going up. So less men are having sex now than ever before. It's crazy. Um Women are pickier in who they sleep with in some regards. First of all, if the man doesn't go out and he's not sociable, he's not getting laid. If he doesn't have a job, he's definitely the chance. If he's not sociable and doesn't have a job, he's definitely not getting laid. Yeah, he has to be the men have to work. Men have to build themselves up to in order to prove themselves to a woman. A woman doesn't have to do anything. So he's got money. He's already got money. Then it's either got handed to him from a family or something, but he's already got money. That's interest. That's like
He can show up at the bar and buy you.
yeah, he can have that conversation. He can provide some kind of protection financially, right? He doesn't even need to be ambitious. But eventually though, you might get bored with that man if he doesn't want to do anything. If he's just sitting around playing video games and he's got money, you might get bored with that, right? That may not be sexy to you. You may not want to open your legs for that man the same way as you did at first because he's not trying to conquer something. Now, if he was making money off streaming, you could respect that because that's a hustle, right? And so what I'm saying is like women can get laid anytime they want from different guys. Like you don't even got to be pretty. You don't need anything. You you just may have to lower your standards. A man can't just go do that. Like, you got to be, a man has to do something. Like, we have to be able to talk to a woman. The only reason I got good at talking to women is at like 12 or 13, I unlocked a code and didn't even realize I unlocked a code. I talked to a woman and she said no when I asked for a number. And I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And then I just went and did it to every single woman that I could. Didn't care if you had a wedding ring on, didn't care. I just shot my shot. By the time I was 14 or 15, I already knew basically what to say and how to say it in order to not always. I raised my, I basically,
Shooting percentage.
yeah, my shooting percentage got way better because I just got better at it. And I just learned it's like, hey, how are you doing? What's your name? This is my name. Da-da. I just learned to be direct as fuck. The more direct I was in what I wanted, the better off I was. Instead of running game, it was just like, hey, you look good. Do you have, can I get your number? This is my name, this is your name, blah, blah, blah. I even got to a point where I didn't even ask if they had a man. If they gave me their number, I don't care. You got a wedding ring on, you gave me your number, I don't care. Or I paid your number, I don't care. I young and dumb, I didn't care. And so, well, that's, yeah, man, dog, come on now. Like back in the day, B. Back in the day, B.
Make sure your dad is paid.
So, you know, so I could walk up to a woman confidently. And also, I mean, I'm not ugly, so that helps. And but now at 45, if I had nothing going on, it wouldn't matter. I could only get so far. The fact I run a business, I'm doing other things, I'm always striving to be better. I'm a good father. Like these are all things that look good on the resume. And if I was ever single, like women are gonna, I don't have to be like I'm earning that spot where I don't have to be single, if that makes sense. Doesn't mean I'm gonna have women beating on the door, but I'm I've moved myself into a category that's at least 80% higher than other men. There's still that top 10%, and then there's that top 1% of elites that just have millions or billions of dollars that are just moving different. I'm not gonna be able to do the same things they're doing. I'm not gonna be able to get and pull the same things they're pulling. I'm not gonna be able to I'm not gonna be able to do the same things they are, but I'm ahead of 80% of the people. So then if women are striving for this, for the top 20% of men, I'm I'm always gonna be okay in that field unless I go, unless I lose it all. If I lived at my mom's at 45, really hard to pull a woman. Hard to explain that one. Yeah, I live with my mom. Imagine a guy trying to come up and talk to you, Melissa, and you're like, and you're talking about things. It's like, yeah, I live at home at my mom's. That just makes you want to like drop the pants right there, right? You're good to go. Yes, red flag for you. If I come to you and you tell me, yeah, I live at home with my mom, I had hard times, I don't care. I don't care. Cause in my mind, oh, cool, you just gonna move in with me anyway. We gonna be fine. I'm gonna take care of you. You see the difference? They can't make a king. A king has to make himself. They can help someone become a better king. They can help someone build the empire for sure. That's a queen's job. Mm, man, we don't we don't care. We don't care on an average. There's some men that care. There's some men that want a highly college educated woman, no doubt. Want her to have a great job, no doubt. But on an average, we don't care. We don't care.
I think something
If she's healed, like check it. If she's healed, I don't care. If she's good, don't care. But the problem is more those things don't tend to line up the same way because men probably left. Men probably said, I don't want anymore. Like that's the issue, right? You gave that energy to a man and he walked away. How many times can a woman do that without it leaving a major scar? When men do it too. Men deal with it too. Like a woman walks away, breaks our heart. You know what we do? On an average, we become we just run through a whole bunch of women. We just run through women to make us feel better. And then eventually we pick the pieces back up.
there's a reason.
Mhm.
I think that if you're looking at it though, if she is leaving and she's brought up things,
Mhm.
you know, yourself,
So, yeah, for me, anytime I've had a failed relationship, and I've talked about it on here, I instantly take 50, at least 50%, if not more. I instantly look at how I could be better. Even if I walked away from the relationship, I don't put that all on them because it's a relationship. Two people failed in this relationship. That's why it didn't work. I have to now take accountability for myself, look at myself and see how I can improve myself. One, I do that because I can't fail at anything. So I have to be better so I can improve it. Two, I'm instantly going to become better and I'm going to improve myself on the market. Yeah. But there's reasons why I'm doing that though. I can't fail and I'm going to improve my status in the market. I'm going to improve I'm going to improve the commodity. I'm going to improve the the business. I look at marriage as a business. It is a business deal in some ways that has emotions tied into it, but it's a business deal. We have to agree to how we're going to run this as partners and how are we going to function, who's doing what, who's got what roles. And if you deal with it as a partnership and take into account and respect each other and respect the emotions, you'll be all good. So the fact that I never want to fail at something and the fact that I need to improve myself so I'm better on the market, oh yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the norm, though.
I don't think that
I think the norm is that it ain't me, it's her.
that's
And so
defensiveness and lack
I
of
ain't gonna
accountability.
change, and my ego is not gonna let me put me in a position of self-reflection to try and look at the flaws or anything that I
She
did
is
wrong.
crazy.
That and you know what? Guys that think that way, there's a reason why they never upgrade.
Right?
Like
The
and
business don't
and
get better.
yeah, and I'm not saying that one woman is better than the next woman, but in my life, there's been upgrades in the women in my life and how they're moving in my life and how they're operating within my life and how they're helping me in my life. So that has upgraded every single time. And if something doesn't work this time, it'll I'll improve the things I need to improve on, and then it'll be another upgrade. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes. Exactly. It's just how they function with me and how they operate. So I get closer to figuring out what works better for me. So like when I was with Kiara's mom, what I needed the same thing I needed today. I just didn't know how to one communicate that and two how to operate to get that. So when that relationship didn't work, I had to take onus, like, okay, I lost myself in this. I'm doing too much this way, doing too much this way, doing too much this way. Cool. This is how I get better. When I got with my ex-wife, there was an upgrade in my life as far as I knew how to communicate better. I knew how to operate better. So she was functioning in my life differently. But even that, I failed at some things where I had to get better at. And now in my current marriage, functioning differently, communicating differently doesn't mean I'm perfect. I'm still making mistakes, but she's operating different within my life because I know how to communicate things differently. Like I know what to ask for and differently. I know what to do differently.
You
So
special
then
your
yeah. So then if this doesn't work or something happens, I'll analyze it again and I'll do better. And I honestly think more men do that than we give them credit for because why do women always say there's songs about, oh, he didn't do it for me, he's doing it for her. So it's I think men are willing men will change. And when they say for the right woman, it's because men are the only ones that can force that change. Where women think they can change a man.
think it's because
It could be the way it's there's some breakdown of communication because I remember in my previous marriage, one of the things that always got brought up was you're not doing I would get told that that's what she wanted. She would want this. So then I would do this. A month later she doesn't want that anymore. She wants something different. And I'm not meeting those goals. I'm not meeting those things. And it's like, well, I can't keep changing to your wants because it's utterly changing my life. Yes. And so what I realize is that women are going to want different things. I You got to find out what they need and not what they want because I can't fulfill all the wants. The wants that fulfill your own wants. Make yourself happy. I can't make you happy. But you tell me what you need, I can fulfill the needs because I'm your partner. And therein lies a difference. And once I realized that it's not my job to make another person happy, that made life way easier for me. Lack of communication, but also not knowing what you really wanted in life and what you needed. Like I know what I want in life and I know where I'm going. That makes it really simple. Yeah, I know exactly what my purpose is. I'm very driven for that. I don't need much from a woman, to be honest. Like the things I need, it might seem like a lot to a woman, but to me, it's not a lot. Like I need to eat some food. I need to have sex. Outside of that, everything else is a bonus. So if I can get more, I'm good. But those are the things that I know I need.
and respect.
Well, yeah. But that seems like a given. That I sh- I guess it's not a given all the time, but yes, loyalty and respect. Yeah, yeah.
And there's a lot to
So
it. It's not like there's a value. It's just,
yeah,
I think that was
I don't
part of
want
the,
some. I don't want to walk around thinking that's and have some dude thinking he can just holler at my girl. No, that can't happen. That can't happen. On the flip side, though, like eh, a woman kind of wants to know that her man can still pull a woman. She just doesn't want him to sway. Like if that man still has the ability, oh wait, how did he say it? Patrice O'Neill said a woman wants to know the man still has the capability of fishing, be able to catch a fish. If he still has that, it keeps her somewhat in line because she well, we already know, but see, men already know you can like look, if a man is with you, he already knows you can go get another dude. He already knows that. He knows that. It's embedded. We know that. We know that already. We know like if if I'm with you, I know right now you can walk to you can get out of your car, just got done working out. You feel like you look disgusting. You feel disgusting, all that stuff because you're sweaty, you're in workout clothes, and a man will still holler at you. We know that a man will still bend you over twice and not care about if you're married or not. We know this already. We know this because we know men. I don't trust very many men. Period. I period. Period. That doesn't mean that they can't hang out or whatever. I just like I know better. I know if my wife threw it at you, you take it. I know this already. Those men don't get to just kick it anytime. I trust Corey. I trust Corey very much. And that has more to do with the fact that he's married and has kids. And I know he won't throw that to the side. So I trust in that. I want to say I trust Tyler, but I morally I trust Tyler. I think Tyler wouldn't do that to another guy because it would morally stain him. There's not many guys like that though.
He's not I like.
But like I know his moral compass. Most guys got a moral compass like young me and me, period. They don't care.
And that goes back
Yeah, but
compass, I think.
I don't know. I don't know. I would never do because I would never do that to my boys. If I don't know, if I don't know your dude, I don't why it's not my responsibility to care about that dude. I don't know that dude. If you're one of my guys though, I can't do that. Can't do that. You're off limits. Your girl's off limits. If she tries to holler at me, hey, I'm 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 texting my guy, hey yo, your girl's bugging.
Come get her.
Yeah, like I don't know what she's thinking right now. If this is some test, I passed. I'm telling you, I passed right now. I'm like Tony Yayo. I don't even want to be at your girl's house without you there. Like, nah, because and some of that is like I know how I think here, but he's got a different. He functions different. So I don't put myself alone with women if I think there's a chance. Like I've purposely not had meetings with women if I thought they were trying to like if I thought they were going to shoot their shot because I don't even want because that's putting too much faith in him. And him, he's yep, yep,
Chris Rock.
yep.
The accountability and respect in man is, as you're talking about that, I think that's part of it. Knowing where you could mess up and not going there, right? Like that's accountability.
Yeah.
Your your significant other should feel confident that I will not put myself in those
Yeah, I
situations.
made it very clear. Like I won't, cause she's asked me. She was like, "So you wouldn't have a business meeting with her? No, not if she wants to. No, 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 no. In public.
Yeah.
But if I feel in my gut she's giving me a look, no, no, because if she like that, no, 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 because now
No.
because I got man in my brain, I could sit there and tell that woman, nah, I'm not into you like that. I could not into you like that. No, no, we're not gonna get down like that. But another part of my brain is like, homie, she look at that, look at those legs though. Look at that ass. Like, you really gonna walk away from that?
1 week.
I mean, it wouldn't wreck my life. It just because I here. This is also the worst part that I know, and this is probably trauma. It's not gonna bother me. Any of it. It's not gonna break my heart. No, no, no. Why would I lose her? So if let's say I did that, right? The only thing that would is let's say I did that with another woman, right? The only thing that I would worry about is if she She said it was forced. Because you think I'm going home and saying something? You got your bloody mind. I'm not saying a word. Because if I say a word, who's that for? Who's that to make feel better? Me or her? Exactly. Please tell me a but. Does she really want to know? Do you want to know? If you could live your whole rest of your life and you don't know, how could you say you want to know?
Does she deserve
Does she deserve to be trauma filled with that?
So this goes back to your basic agreement.
The trauma. Like,
Do you talk about trauma when you take your vows? Or do you talk about if things were to happen, the things that you uphold and that you will do?
yeah. So if you slipped up, yes. If you slipped up, yes. I'm saying if you slipped up, right?
Right?
You should go home and tell your wife.
Isn't that part of the vow?
That's not part of the vows at all. It says not to slip up, period. If you took the original vows, yes. Yeah, if you took the original vow. Well, I say that. No. I say that because no, my wife and I wrote our own vows.
Okay.
I don't remember all the yeah, I don't remember everything that was in the vow, but like there were some things there were some things there were some things that weren't like the original, and I know that for sure. But like, no, I've already told her if you do something, don't ever let me know. I never want to know. I don't want to know. She doesn't even ask. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea.
This would be a
I,
very interesting.
I have no idea.
Episode.
I doubt. You know what the thing is? I don't think she would want to know.
I would want to.
Why? Why do you want to know?
I feel like there's so many reasons.
If he never changed how he treated you, nothing ever changed.
But that is a change.
How? But
Because he's going back.
It's a change in trust.
It's a change in trust.
only if look.
Which is a structural foundation to the marriage.
Only yes, I agree. Only if you know. You're looking at it like you know.
There's cracks that are seen and cracks that are unseen.
Yeah.
If that messes, I'm saying if yes, if he changes his behavior, right? He changes how he acts towards you based on that, right? Because not everybody that might morally mess him up. Like someone like Tyler, if Tyler did something like that, that would morally mess him up. He would eventually have to tell her because there's no way he's going to function the same way. There's no way. Yes. I'm saying someone like someone like me, I already know me. I already know me. I don't have a conscience when it comes to something like that. It's not going to phase me. I'm not going to treat you any different because I've already forgot it. It's already gone. It's not even with me anymore. It's gone. Most of the like try to live in the moment so much. I'm not going to dwell on that.
So the act was super transaction.
Yeah, it's done.
Meaning that it's happened, but after
Yep,
that,
done. It's done.
There's nothing left
Yep.
over
So I'm not even.
from that.
I'm not. There's nothing for me. There's nothing for me to act different about. There's nothing. I'm gonna come home and and still be the greatest man to you that I could be.
The majority of people, there will be an.
Yes, that's the difference. You think that. You think that. I mean, Shaq talked about it too. Shaq talked about this on a podcast too, and I agree with him. Look, I would look at that no different than going to the gym and lifting weights. And that's the difference in me, and that's based on because sex means nothing to me other than being the greatest. So it's not for me, it's not an emotional connection that I get from sex. It's just knowing that you want to do something to make me happy. So now I know you're to me it's a transaction. Same way I'm doing dishes, same way I'm doing something else, same way I'm doing this, same way I'm doing this, same way I'm doing this. I'm all the things that I don't want to really do that I'm doing to make sure that I'm doing my job to keep you happy. If I'm going to this place, if I'm going to this place, cool.
Do you think all,
Uh no, no, no.
because I think that the, I think
That's how
more
they make
connected
connection.
you
Yeah.
are, male and female, I think the better the sex, which is where size doesn't matter, but does matter, right?
It doesn't, but
it
that
amplifies the experience of being connected and being able to be vulnerable.
so it connects men and women differently. It can make the man better in the woman's eyes that way. I don't know if it necessarily makes the woman better in the man's eyes because of the emotional connection. What it is like it's still a conquering thing for men. You're not sleeping with any other man. I'm the only man sleeping with you. This is mine. This is mine. So it still comes down to the most caveman thing for the men psychologically, knowing that it's mine. Like you're not sleeping with someone else. You're doing this only with me. Only with me. You're giving me the greatest gift, the most sacred gift that you have. You're giving it to me. It's not your heart, it's not your mind, it's that. It's the most sacred thing because you're not giving it to any other man. No man off the street can just have it.
But it's all,
Because it's going to hurt her. It
but it
it
should then, because if it hurts her, it's not.
hence the reason I don't put myself in those situations.
It-
But if I did do it, I'm going to forget about it. It's just like I went to the gym. I just went to the gym. I got my workout. I got off what I needed to get off. It's done. The only thing I'm worried about is if she's going to come back and say something. Because in my eyes, why would I tell her that and break her heart? It's the same reason why I don't want to go through my girl's phone. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to know nothing. Ignorance is bliss. It's so bliss. It's so bliss.
But does that,
It comes from, well, my viewpoint on sex is from trauma. My viewpoint in ignorance is bliss is because I've been with partners that cheated and I found out. I was way happier before I found out.
But isn't that trauma?
but that's, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, that's where I go back to it then. For me, I have been in that same situation. I have had the trauma. I still want it. I want to know who I'm dealing with.
Are you leaving that man then?
Yes.
So now that man slept with another woman, and let's say you have a family together. Now the kids are affected because he banged that, and he was wrong. He shouldn't have slept with that other woman.
Right.
But there used to be a time where men did that and women didn't divorce them.
So I didn't divorce her.
He treated you like shit.
He didn't stop.
Yeah, but he treated you like shit though.
Yeah.
Imagine he never treated you like shit. He treated you like the queen you were. He treated you like as well as you could be treated. And then you found out that he was banging someone else.
If he was treating the best
Yeah, he should have just been honest. He should have just been like, look, I got sexual needs that you just can't fulfill. Can we just bring a shorty into the bedroom together? Or can I just do this occasionally on the side? I'm still gonna be like, he should have just at that point be real about it. Cause you've already caught him up. Just be real about it, right? So That's one thing. But like, yeah.
So it was never, I mean, it's always gonna be off track, right? There's never a stability there that's required, or accountability, or
And this,
any of those things.
yeah,
So that's where I look at it in different ways. I still, because there's a crack, it might not be visible,
there
but
won't
it
be a
does
crack.
affect, it does affect the relationship.
It depends on the man. I know how I function. There wouldn't be a crack. There wouldn't even be there. It wouldn't be any different because of my viewpoint on it. Because it means nothing. It means so nothing.
But then if
Yeah,
I knew that about you, I would find you
yeah. All women find me dangerous. That's also why they pick me. Yeah, like I am dangerous. But every man is dangerous. Tyler, as nice as he is dangerous because it's just a it's it's just a switch. It's just a switch that every man has the capability of hitting. It's just a switch, and my switch got turned without me having any say so on it. It doesn't mean that I don't feel a different connection with my wife than I would somebody else, but that connection it isn't based in sex. It's based in I still feel the animalistic stuff like, hey, this is mine. I don't want you to give it to anyone else. I don't, but like it doesn't fulfill the same connections it does for a woman. It's like, no, you're loyal to me. This is mine because you could give this to almost anyone and they would take it. I could walk outside right now in front of 20 women, whip it out and say, "Here you go." And they might all say no. You can't say the same to men. You can go outside and say, "Hey, who wants it?" And probably 10, if not more, of those guys are taking it. That's a different access. No doubt. Oh yeah. Man.
in retrospect. It did a lot. Once I
Yeah.
did go down that, I did understand it a little bit, but that's why when women are out there throwing themselves, if you will, at men, it creates problems and
Yeah.
homewreckers.
Married men too.
Yeah.
Like I know dudes that have purposely wore a wedding ring just to get some booty, knowing that women are gonna throw it at a married man. And then the women got mad when they found out he wasn't married. It's like, what you doing? Like, why you gonna be mad at him? So if he was married, you happy? Like, come on, man. Like the fact that I'm married and I'm a dad. Oh yeah, that makes me a high target. It makes Corey a high target. Like we're running a business and oh, you're such I've had a woman tell me this, like, oh my God, you seem like such a great father on social media. Oh my God, can we hang out? Can we grab some drinks? Can we do this? Like, and they threw it at me. And I was like, yo, how can you what? What? Are you serious right now? I don't look at a woman and say, "Oh, you're a great mom and you look like you're a great wife, so give it to me." No, I don't care about none of that. I don't care. Like none of that matters unless I'm trying to have a relationship with you. He said, "Wow."
There is something enticing about someone that right? Like,
Yeah.
but the flip side of that, you know what you're breaking, you know what could crumble, you know how complicated that would make your life. And if women are connected in some form to you, no matter what they like about you, they also know.
They might just want that. They might want it to fall down so they can try to get it because, oh, I can change them. Come on now, like women think they could change a man. A man only changes when he wants to change. Yeah, like if a,
It doesn't fare well.
yeah, if a girl's hanging out with a whole bunch of dudes, I can guarantee you, if you hang out with 5 guys, 1 to 3 of them want to sleep with you, and they know they can't. Yeah, yeah, but we're not. But
It's not bad.
it doesn't mean okay. It doesn't mean that out of the 3 of us, maybe someone's checked you out, right?
My eyes are.
No, no, no. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. But that's because, but no different than you may have checked out one of the guys in here, but that doesn't mean you instantly think, oh, I need to take him to bed. I need to do this. But if a guy checks out a woman, he might think more in depth on things. Whether he acts on them, slim to none. Now, all 3 guys are in a relationship and are married in this room. And so, and we're all on business. Now, you put the 3 of us on the beach sipping cocktails. Actually, I don't think any of us would put ourselves in that situation with you. Yeah, like none of us would like sitting at a bar and just drinking with you and it wasn't business related. I don't I don't know if we do that.
Well, that's.
Yeah, because man, those 2 might feel bad. I'm not. Life will just keep moving for me. It's already done. I can't go backwards. And like for me, that's how I've had to look at life, especially the last few years, because I don't want to look backwards. It's already done. I can't do anything about it. I can't fix it. I can't change it. It's done. Do better today. That's why I don't even understand. Like, if my wife did something, I don't want to know. Do better today. Say no to that D today. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Because if you tell me, I can no longer look at you the same. Even if we stay together, I'm no longer looking at you the same. Like, I don't want to know that.
Say no to the D today.
Yeah, I'm so serious. Like, but if I like, and I'm not saying like to go out here and do something, I'm saying I know me. If I'm it's gonna happen, I'll be like, okay, cool. Just like I lifted weights. Move on. Don't do that again.
In knowing that, know that that's not because, as we've talked about, the connection has to be there for a female. So if you're doing that and the female is into it, there's some way that's gonna blow up in your face. She's not gonna let that go, right?
Maybe, unless that's all she wanted. Maybe she liked me and she just wanted, that's what she wanted. That, like, if I, now you got me thinking like hypothetically, so I got to think this through. If I did this with a woman, she would have to know that I'm married and have to know she's never becoming that. She has to be okay with that. And here's the flip side, she might still get upset. Oh, yeah.
Right? She's not gonna think that's cool.
Sometimes the truth should be unsaid. Yeah, I don't want to know the truth. Like, I don't care. Look, I don't, man. I don't. You could say you want to know the truth. Hey, that's different. I don't know why you want to know the truth so bad. It's not going to set you free. It's not going to make you feel better. Like if the man is doing his job and he just did that. Like, yo,
And so you're saying in your if society,
don't tell me. I don't want to know. If
but you're
she
okay with it if you don't.
I don't know.
He's not okay,
I don't know.
because he doesn't know.
So it's not about being okay. I don't know. If okay,
But if he did know.
like it's like this. I don't like I'm to the point where I don't even like if a guy if you went out if she like she's got a bachelorette party coming up soon. Now they're doing something just all women. But let's say they stopped at a gas station or something to get some alcohol. And a guy seen them all together and was like, "Oh, I'll buy that for you." Don't even tell me that. I don't care. I don't want to know. I already know guys are trying to holler at you. I already know a guy wants to sleep with you. I already know this. I don't need confirmation of that. Don't tell me nothing. I already know. If you mess up and you sleep with someone else, I don't want to know. The problem is that I'm so in tune, I'm probably going to feel that.
That invisible pressure.
Yes, I don't function the same way though. I know I don't function the same way because I don't feel bad about those things. The problem is she might feel bad. If she didn't feel bad, I would never know. I would never know if she didn't feel bad. I won't feel bad. You're not going to know.
How could
She's got to just trust that I won't do it. I mean, it's how else do you trust? It's all a leap of faith because a man can sit here for 30 years and not do it and then all of a sudden slip up. You trusted him for that 30 years. Trust is faith. And no human's perfect. So then, like back in the day, a man could come home and tell his wife that he made a mistake, maybe because she's not going to leave. One, she couldn't leave because she didn't have access to money and all that stuff. So, but like, there's still grandmothers out there that you talk to them, like, yeah, he did this and he did that, and we had to work past it, and they stuck around.
did they actually protect it? 'Cause I think that's
Probably not.
She may have buried it
Push down.
and didn't care because it wasn't important. Like, because he's still paying the bills, he's still doing his job as a man.
expected
Maybe, maybe, but she may have still laid up with him and didn't care. Like, there's a whole culture that knows there's gumars, side chicks. The Italian mafia lived with that. You had the gumar on the side. Yeah, yeah. Like it caused problems. Like I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying. I mean, why do we have prostitutes? Why do we have like more people go on own? More married men are on OnlyFans. More married men hire escorts and prostitutes. The stats say all that. It's like it's always been like that though. So I'm just being honest about it and saying it won't affect me the same way. Now, if I lost my family because of it, whole different story.
that's the
Of course, of course, of course, there is risk versus reward. So it's like for me, I don't want to know. Like you talk to most guys, they don't want to know. Like Corey, do you really want to know? Yeah, because we might get. Here's the thing, it's not gonna break our heart the same way it's gonna break your heart. It's gonna break our heart, and we're gonna think like we're like, wait, what? And it like one like I know I've been in this situation when I found out he wasn't good. that pissed me off. I'm like, so you did something he wasn't even worthwhile? Like, this is lame. This is stupid.
That goes to your ego.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because I'm a dude. Yes, yes.
That's why women want it. It's not ego. It's a trust.
Yeah, but if you didn't know, you would just trust and just keep going through the world thinking life was good. You're basing yours on different kinds of feelings. I like it's a different set of feelings. Yeah, Edward says don't let him know. Yeah, like if you know your heart's gonna be shattered and you can't trust. If I know, I look at you like you're not loyal. And this dude probably like instantly in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, you just got with some dude that's got an 11-foot, like, and he just put it on you and had you and breaking your neck in all types of ways. So now I can't even like I can't even do it now.
So you go to the best case scenario.
Yeah. So now I can't rock with you.
No, that's
It may, but in my mind, I've been that dude, the side dude that was like knocking it out for the wife.
Yeah, you kind of need to make that whether it's a fair leap or not.
I think
Like I ain't got no. Yeah. I instantly think like he's the man. Why else would she do that? Because she had to like him. I don't need to like a chick to sleep with her. I don't need the same things.
And it's a rejection of yourself. It's like if you've given everything, and then but now it's not good enough. You step out. It's like, well, you rejected everything that I am.
like the girl. You're talking hypothetical of if you don't.
Oh
Yeah.
man, if a guy let himself like a side chick, oh, that's dangerous territory. That's like, man,
It can happen.
you better hope she's moving. Better hope she's moving away sometime soon.
The side chick's aggressive. Starts showing up at places to their wife.
Man.
Like trying to expedite things.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, then you gotta like
You already know.
you gotta break it off and like pray it doesn't blow up in your face.
That's what I'm saying. A woman.
Scorn is one of the worst.
Yeah, but women, you know how many women are good with being the side piece now? They don't want the responsibility. They get that attention for a little bit. They get that little bit of attention until the next dude comes up because they're on to the next dude just as quick. Well, that's your fault for showing her too much, dog. You shouldn't have wined and dined her. You shouldn't have taken her all these places. You shouldn't have done all that. You shouldn't have done all that, man. You shouldn't. He did way too much. Way too much. Way too much. Like you got to chill out, homie. And that's also the age bracket you messing with. Cause you get like the older women I've slept with, my age and older, they're not on that messy stuff.
But men tend to like younger.
Yeah, I married younger, so I feel you. But
So that's
if I was gonna step out though, it'd probably be with someone my age or older. Cause I don't want that messiness. I don't want that messiness.
Minimize the risk.
I'm minimizing the risk, and they tend to be freakier, so I'm good. So I'm good. To be married to younger? Probably. Why did I marry younger? I don't know why I married younger.
I mean, she could be a one-off. She might be the unicorn, if you will,
Well,
of women.
Amber was younger. Sherelle was a couple years younger. My first main relationship, she was my age. And then I dated older for a while. And then I went younger. And it wasn't. Yeah, see, Edward agrees on that. I don't know. I just honestly, it wasn't, I didn't purposely seek out younger. Like I know men who seek out younger. I didn't purposely seek out a younger woman. It just sort of happened that way. So
Doesn't have to be a reason.
yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, this one I didn't really seek it out. Like it just happened that way. But I know if I mess with someone on the side, my age or older, because I don't want all that drama and messy. Man, I don't want all that. I don't. I mean, I don't care about that, but I don't put myself in those situations though. So like I'm a boring dude. So like when you I never got the vibe from you that's what you were searching for. That's why I could have a meeting with you at my gym. But if I got a vibe from you like that, I would have met you in a public place. And I mean, here is public enough. I wouldn't have cared, but I would never meet with you in private. And so,
I think it matters the way you come at. Like if I came at you, sending you messages about, hey, let's meet up versus, hey,
nah, it's the way you look. It's the way, like, I could peep how a woman looks at me. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And maybe she's not looking at me like that. But if I think it, I can't do it. Yeah. Because I could be right. There's a 50% chance I'm right. I'm not putting myself in that situation. Not even going.
yeah,
Oh, so you're saying women are good at manipulating? Is that what Melissa just said? Is that what she just said? I think that's what she said. She said they're tricky. What's another word for tricky? You said they were tricky. You said they were tricky. They were tricky. That's never gonna happen. That's never women are obvious when they are feeling you romantically. Yes. Here's the thing. Women are just as competitive as men, but you're competitive about different things. You're competitive in wanting a good man. And the problem is the standards have changed so much that you're willing to go bat over another over another woman's man quick instead of taking a man that maybe working at McDonald's or something or working at Walmart and giving a chance to that man. So crazy to me. Oh, wait. Yes, drop it on me. What's the question? Do you love to win or hate to lose? I love to win. I love to win. I love to win. I can't hate to lose. I can't hate to lose because losing is part of the process. I'm going to lose, but I love to win. I'm okay with losing. Which do you want?
so I answered, but that's the difference. I don't have to be a leader. I will lead and I will, but I'm okay with being a supporting role in the team to make that.
Yeah, see,
And it's different.
that is the difference in them being a leader. So like DLO just said it, you have to lose to learn how to win. Exactly.
But
That's the difference in a leader and someone not wanting to be the leader in the group. Yes.
that takes
See,
lots
Melissa talks a really good game over here because there's no reason why she should be single for too much longer. She wants to follow a good man. She wants to help him build an empire. She only based on conversations we've had before, she's pretty much down to openly communicate. Fellas, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? She's over because you talking about following. Yeah, you talking about following men and stuff and letting him be El Capitan. Yeah, I dig it. So that's cool.
I've lived
Ooh.
no idea what that was like. And literally changed my perspective on so much of
Ooh wee.
so much.
Ooh wee. Ooh wee.
Not most men, I don't think are capable of putting women in their feminine. And I think that is from lack of
Here, here's something.
leadership.
Here's something for you. A man can't put a woman in her feminine energy. She has to choose it. All a man can do is be patient and and let her be her. Oh, I think I'm gonna put her on the show next time because I'm trying to get off air now. We've been at this 2 hours and 30 minutes. Yeah. So, but that's what Melissa, you got to come on here next time. That's what we're gonna do.
You've been requested.
Yeah, you've been requested from the chat, yo. We're not a million likes.
What if we get to 12K?
Man. So, but man, thank y'all for tuning in. And thank you, Melissa, Tyler, Corey, everyone chiming in. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Until next Monday, we're gonna get it in. And we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to have this man-woman talk. We're gonna have this talk. We're gonna have Melissa over here. We're gonna have this talk. Man, in the meantime, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff. You control you. Peace. We out. Man. 2 hours and 30.